lot of paper there. Unemployment above 8%, gas prices nearing an average of $4 a gallon. One of the biggest challenges our nation faces as an economic recovery. And our next guest says that President Obama's anti-business attitude is not helping our country get back on track. Joining me now is the director of the Consumer Electronics Association, Gary Shapiro. Gary, nice to see you this morning.
Good morning, Clayton. How are you?
I'm doing well. I had a chance to see you in January down there at the big Consumer Electronics Show, of course, what you guys put on. And you've written an opinion piece talking about how President Obama hurting job growth in this country. But I thought it was striking because your CES had record numbers of individuals and businesses and companies coming to Las Vegas to talk about their wares. You had a record-breaking year. How do you square the two?
Well, there's great reason for optimism because there's fantastic innovation. It's a great show. We get 35,000 people from abroad, over 150,000 in total, and it's all business. So innovation does cause growth. It helps the economy and it creates jobs, but there's just not enough of it throughout the economy, and our government is actually doing things to hurt us.
You talk about in your opinion piece two specific areas where you think President Obama is hurting job growth. What are they? Take us through them.
Well, first, as a leader, President Obama is trying to divide the country up. He talks of this 99-1% rhetoric. He attacks industries, whether they be banking, oil, people who use aircraft, or anyone who makes money. Yet these are the people who make money are the ones in the best position to create jobs. And when you're being attacked, leader of the country, which is unprecedented in my lifetime, that you have a president who's made business the enemy, jobs created the enemy, it's not very healthy, especially when you have choices abroad. You can go overseas, you can invest your money there without it being taxed the way we double tax it in the U.S. You can hire who you want there. We make it very difficult to hire the best and the brightest here. So we have some challenges at the top.
And also, number two on your list here is regulations. We have a little chart here to show you to highlight what you're talking about here. Under President Obama, 106 number of major regulations compared to 28 under the Bush administration. And the cost of regulations about $46 billion to $8 billion under the Bush administration, and the Heritage Foundation providing those numbers. So you think regulation is also crushing business in the U.S.?
Absolutely. It's not only those are the rules that are actually passed and they are now law. But as I go around the country and I talk about my book, I've spoken to so many groups of different industries and businesses. Every one of them says the same thing. Their group is under attack by the federal government because some bureaucrat in a cubicle has directions from very bright, smart zealots put into place. He's hired several thousand of these people that we don't pay attention to, and they have a passion, and their passion is to regulate business. They don't care about jobs. They don't care about the impact, and it used to be in prior White Houses, there was a stop. You go to the White House and it said, does this rule make sense? Now there's no stop. So not only do you have all these 4 times the amount of the Bush administration rules in place, but every industry is under attack in a whole bunch of different ways. And that makes you, as a CEO, freeze. You say, my gosh, I don't know what my taxes are going to be next year.
Right.
I'm under attack by the federal government. There was the Boeing, there's Solyndra, there's what happened with Gibson. They had 30 armed agents take over Gibson. There's so many things going on which are negative. I'm going to just sit on my cash a little bit. Maybe I'll invest abroad rather than hire Americans. It's not a healthy situation, and we need a change in the presidential attitude towards business.
Gary Shapiro, the Consumer Electronics Association, great to see you here on our show. Thanks, Gary.
Thank you.
Coming up on the show, Republican